Because no one wants to go midweek away midweek, do they?
No, definitely not.
Hello and welcome live to the Horsefall Stadium this evening in what is the penultimate game of the season for both sides, Bradford Park Avenue and Alfreton Town. This has to be one of the most pivotal fixtures of the season for both sides. Bradford Park Avenue must win for a chance of survival. Alfreton Town secure the playoffs with 3 points tonight. I'm Arthur Difford, your commentator tonight, and here are today's teams. Lining up in goal for Bradford Park Avenue, number 1, George Sykes-Kenworthy. Number 2, Lucas Adunston. Number 3, Rhys Staunton. Number 4, Will Lancaster. Number 5, Luca Haven, the captain today. Number 6, Mitch Lund. Number 7, Harrison Hopper. Number 8, Simon Richmond. Number 9, Miles Labastide. Number 10, Sam Fielding. And number 11, Will Longbottom. On the bench today for Park Avenue, number 12, Zach Kersey. Number 14, Jamie Spencer. Number 15, Lloyd Smith. Number 16, Ollie Johnson. And number 17, Brad Doherty, as the teams shake hands before kick-off. Team news for Alfreton Town. Number 1 in goal, George Willis. Number 2 today is Josh Claxton. Number 3, Connor Teal. Number 4, George Cantrell. Number 5, captain, Connor Branson. Number 6, Peter Durl. Number 7, Dale Southwell. Number 8, Adam Lund. Number 9, Tom Denton. Number 10, Yusufu Cisse. Number 11, Bailey Hobson. And on the bench for Alfreton, number 12, Jordan Thewlis. Number 13, Jake Askew. Number 14, Ahmed Salam. Number 15, Milan Butterfield. And number 16, Dominic Smith. The referee today is Dane McCarrick, with his assistants with the red flag, Matt Archibald, and a yellow flag, Matthew Langdon. Now, this is moments away from kick-off. Like I said, a huge game. Bradford Park Avenue will be wearing their traditional green and white strip. Alfreton Town will be in a dark navy blue strip with a pink trim, as the referee calls the players into the centre of the park. Bradford Park Avenue's last 5 games, a draw, a win, a draw, a win, and a draw, leaving them with 9 points. That's a point more than the visitors today, Alfreton, although they seem to be much higher in the table. Big news coming out of the Alfreton camp today is that captain and lead goal scorer Matthew Reid will not be in the squad. Matthew Reid has scored 13 goals in 36 games this season. He will be replaced by the striker number 9, Tom Denton. So we've had the toss. I think we are ready to go. The referee just sending his linesman out to the side. It'll be Park Avenue shooting from right to left. Alfreton obviously going from left to right. And I believe we are ready to go on Mr. McCarrick's whistle. A cold evening with a little bit of a sunset over in the distance for Park Avenue. Keeper, and I believe we are underway. Here we go. Big heaving ball from the Park Avenue centre half down towards the left-hand side, looking for Labastide. It'll be a Park Avenue throw-in, 3/4 way down the pitch. Rhys Staunton with the ball in hand. Throws it forwards. He receives the ball back. And he crosses the ball in, which is blocked, and goes out for another throw-in to be taken by Staunton. Staunton takes his time, throws the ball in, and yet another throw-in to Park Avenue. A little bit of early pressure here in the first minute. Call for a foul, and they get it. Park Avenue foul on the left-hand side. And they look to take it quickly. And I don't think the referee allows that, no. So it will come back. And it will be Will Longbottom to put the ball into the box for Park Avenue here, it looks like. I believe he's got Labastide close to him, just past his left shoulder. Lebesteed runs over it. Longbottom puts the ball into the back stick and it's headed away. Who will claim it? An Alfreton clearance. Looking for Cisse up front. Now he's a tall fella. He gets a flick on and the ball's cleared by Park Avenue. And it's just managed to be able to kept in. Over on the right-hand side. Big ball from Alfreton forward chest. And Lancaster recovers it in the middle of the park, who plays it out wide, and the ball goes in behind. And George Willis is aware of the situation, coming out of his box and clearing wide with his left foot into the stand. Just a break in play here as the ball comes back from the stands. Throwing on the right side, about 10 yards into the half. Into the Alfreton half, that is. Park Avenue on the ball. Longbottom loses it. Oh, but a sloppy ball's played by Alfreton. And Fielding was aware to it, but his poke through can't quite catch a hold of Lebesteed. And it goes all the way through to George Willis, the Alfreton goalkeeper. Still 0-0 here. 2 minutes 30 seconds in. Willis takes his time and plays it out wide to number 5, today's captain, Connor Branson, obviously replacing Matty Reid with the armband. As he plays a ball forward, deep left, and it'll be picked up by Tom Denton, who plays a little ball inside to Bailey Hobson, I believe, but the ball is cleared by Park Avenue. Branson with a big header, and it'll be another Park Avenue throw-in just inside their own half. A fair few supporters from both sides on the other side of the ground from me. Like I said, a huge game with huge on the line, massive stakes on the line for both sides tonight. Park Avenue will keep the ball down on the right touchline. Another throw-in. It seems like they're 10th so far in the game, I'm not sure. And they look for a ball in behind, and the ball will trickle out slowly for an Alfreton goal kick. Quite a tense few moments in the first half. Not many chances here. Not too many chances, but nonetheless, a scrappy game, potentially. Ball spending a lot of time in the air. Obviously, we're still in the early stages. As we await for George Willis, the goalkeeper, to play the ball out from the goal kick. And he pumps it upfield, looking for big Tom Denton, who gets the flick on. And Cisse receives it. Cisse driving at the defence. And it is cleared by the left back of Bradford Park Avenue. And yes, it will be a Bradford Park Avenue ball, as the Alfreton defender knocked it out of play just as it went over the byline. Reece Staunton with the ball around halfway line. He's looking for options, scanning. Heaves one downfield. Potential pull on the shirt there, I believe. And it's a good header. Park Avenue pressing the Alfreton back line. But Alfreton get it clear, and Tom Denton holds the ball up on halfway line. Oh, but it's sloppy from Alfreton. And Sam Fielding goes driving at the defence. Shots on. Oh, and it's a save. And it's 1-0 Park Avenue here. It's Will Longbottom with a finish, and that could be absolutely massive in their fight for survival. Results need to go their way, but they have helped themselves there. It's 1-0 Bradford Park Avenue in the 5th minute. Simple. The ball was given away. It was long. The ball was given away on halfway line, rather sloppy, I believe. It was from Adam Lund, potentially, the Alfreton man in the middle of the park. It was picked up by Sam Fielding, who went driving at the defence. Alfreton seemed to drop off, scared a little bit. His shot down to the left-hand side of George Willis tested the keeper. The keeper made a smart save, but pushed it just out wide to Will Longbottom, who finished it. 1-0 Park Avenue, and that really does throw a spanner in the works for both Alfreton and Park Avenue fighting for their survival. As the referee gets us back underway here, Alfreton looking for Tom Denton, big ball forward, and it'll go out of play once more. Park Avenue throw-in. The ball comes back into play, looking for Longbottom, who goes down. No foul given. Captain Branson heaves the ball forward once more for Alfreton Town, who can't quite pick up the ball in the middle of the park. Will Lancaster will win it, but he loses out. Number 7, Dale Southwell driving, still keeps the ball. Shouts from the Alfreton bench. They seem to think it was a foul. It did look so from here, I must say. As he was dragged down after fighting off what seemed to be 3 or 4 challenges. Labastide picks the ball up on the left-hand side for Park Avenue, and he loses out. It really is scrappy here. Number 10 for Park Avenue, Sam Fielding picks up the ball. He loses out to Tom Denton as number 11, Bailey Hobson, goes driving down the right-hand side. He's impeded, and the referee deems it a foul around 5 to 10 yards outside the area on the right of Bradford Park Avenue. A really quick game in the middle. Nobody seems to be able to keep hold of the ball in the middle of the park. The goal seemed to have come from nothing, but it's a fast-paced game. As the referee stands where he would like the Alfreton man to take it. It will be number 7, Dale Southwell, looking to put the ball into the box, or potentially test the keeper from here. Although with his right foot here, it looks like he's going to swing the ball round to the back stick, potentially looking for Tom Denton, or perhaps Yusufa Cisse on the end of it. Labastide makes a one-man wall guarding the front post. Southwell puts the ball in, hangs it in the air, and Sykes Kenworthy tips it over for a corner. First corner of the day. Alfreton Town to take, and it will be Southwell once more with his right foot. Alfreton throwing the bodies into the box. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 men all looking to attack the ball here. Cisse's on the keeper. Big Tom Denton looking to run at the back stick. Southwell puts the ball in. It's all the way floated at the back. Alfreton win the header. And free kick given. Tom Denton seems to impede Captain Luca Haven. And there will be a Bradford Park Avenue free kick on the edge of their 6-yard box. Nervy start for both sides here. Neither team, like I said, seems to get a foot in the game, a foothold in the game. As Longbottom comes out to his respective bench and receives what seems to be perhaps a little snack, maybe some chewing gum. The ball goes out for an Alfreton throw-in down on the right wing. Again, 10 or 15 yards into the Park Avenue half. Number 8, Adam Lund, seems to have a long throw-in. He converses with Bradford Park Avenue's manager, Mark Bauer, before looking to heave a ball into the box, which he does, and it is quite a throw-in. But it's won by a Bradford Park Avenue head. But he receives the ball himself, the thrower, Adam Lund, looking to put a ball into the box, and he'll win another corner here. Alfreton really putting some pressure on for the first time. It looks as if it'll be Southwell once more to take. Captain Branson comes up from the back. Will he be able to make the difference today after coming in, being on the bench last weekend? It was an unchanged 11 for Park Avenue today, with 4 changes in the Alfreton side. The ball comes in, and it's claimed by George Sykes Kenworthy. And he goes down. I believe he's okay. He rises with the ball, the former Bradford City man. He plays a short ball to his left back, and he receives it back. He looks to play a ball through the middle of the park, and it's flicked on, but the flick on will not reach Will Longbottom, as Branson plays the ball back to Willis, his goalkeeper for Alfreton Town. 1-0 here still for Park Avenue. A goal in the 3rd minute, I believe, from Will Longbottom. As the ball goes forward again, once more from Alfreton. Cisse goes down. Cisse wins a free kick in a promising area 5 yards away out from the Bradford Park Avenue box. Now this is in a position where I'm sure Southwell may be interested with his right-footed technique. Branson and Southwell stood over the ball over on the left side. Branson adjusts it. A reasonably high line from Park Avenue that seemed to be just a yard inside their box. And it will be Southwell who hits it. And Kenworthy receives it quite nicely. It was on target, but nothing to trouble the keeper this time, as the floodlights come on this evening. As the light starts to leave us. Sights Kenworthy bounces the ball a couple of times before right foot, perhaps not the desired kick that he had, but it worked, as it was received by Rhys Staunton, who flicked it on to Labastide, who played a nice little 1-2 with Richmond, and the ball will go out for a Bradford Park Avenue throw-in. As Staunton has the ball in his hands once more. He receives the ball back to Labastide here. Labastide looking for a run down the left wing. He turns back inside, plays it to Staunton, who looks forward for Longbottom. The ball is cleared from Alfreton, but Longbottom reclaims it. Labastide looking for the ball now. And the ball's spread into the middle of the park. Here's Sam Fielding, who looks in behind on the right side. It's a header at the back stick for Park Avenue, but it doesn't trouble the keeper. It bounces nicely in front of him and into the grasp of his gloves. He rolls the ball out to Branson, who again plays that right to left ball forward, looking for Big Tom Denton, who again wins the flick on. It falls to Bailey Hobson, who looks for Cisse, number 10, but he can't get it. It's headed away. Big Denton, he will win the ball, and the ball goes back to number 6, Peter Durl. Header won by Mitch Lund, the Bradford Park Avenue, number 6. But the ball ends up back at Alfreton Town's goalkeeper, who takes it a few yards out of his box and plays it up the field, looking for Cisse. But he won't get there. Fielding wins the first header. Is there a push there? The referee says no. Longbottom wins the ball on halfway line. And the ball's out on the left-hand side. Park Avenue crossover now. Do they? Park Avenue just inside their own half. Sam Fielding with little pressure on the ball. Plays it over to number 6, Mitch Lund at right centre half, who plays it inside to number 4, Will Lancaster. Back to Lund. And a bit of time on the ball here for Park Avenue. Sykes Kenworthy plays it into Will Lancaster, who then plays it out to Luca Havern. And back to Sykes Kenworthy, who then plays it out wide to Mitch Lund. Some steady possession for Park Avenue in the back, not too much pressure from Alfreton. As Lancaster plays a ball down the right wing, searching for Longbottom, who will get there, and he will win the throw-in right in the corner. He takes it quickly into the box. Park Avenue back to goal, back out to Longbottom in the far right corner. He looks for a left-footed ball into the box, but the ball is blocked. Denton with a big flick onto Cisse. Chance for a counter-attack for Alfreton here as they go into the Bradford Park Avenue half. Cisse will test his pace. He keeps the ball. Going down further on that left wing. Cuts inside. Ooh. The shot was blocked. Potential to shoot there. But it didn't quite come off. And the sun is now dropping. It's rather lovely here. I'm sure the Bradford Park Avenue fans would agree with me looking at the scoreline of 1-0. And again, the possession falls at George Willis, the Alfreton goalkeeper. Surprise, surprise. He looks for Denton up front, who again, surprisingly, wins another header. The ball falls to Bailey Hobson on the edge of the box, who plays it outside to Southwell. Cisse, Denton at the back. Ball bouncing around. Oh! And Cisse. Well, that must be an incredible block. I can't quite make out the block from here, but Cisse's taken a shot from around 8 yards out, and it's somehow gone over the bar. Referees deemed it a corner. Now, that must have been a sensational block to keep it 1-0. Alfreton Town really starting to get things going now, it seems, potentially. Big Tom Denton up front, winning the flick-ons onto Cisse. Or Hobson. Denton looking for his 8th goal this season. His 4th in the league, potentially. The ball comes in from the left side, and George Sykes Kenworthy claims it. He falls to the deck and takes his time getting up. The ball comes out wide quickly to Sam Fielding, who has plenty of time on the left-hand side. He plays it inside to wing Lancaster. And Lancaster will play it out to the right back. Alfreton seem to be taking a more stronger shape defensively now. Not too much pressing, but you can definitely see their rigid 4-4-2 off the ball. Sykes Kenway with the ball in his feet, plays it to Lancaster, who plays it out wide to Captain Havern. Back to Sykes Kenworthy, who hurriedly plays a ball over to the right-hand side, which is Lund. Searching ball down the wing, but it will go all the way to the Alfreton goalkeeper. He will hold it. Denton loses a flick on this time, I believe, to Lancaster. But the ball still falls to Park Avenue. Potential climbing on the back there, no. Alfreton coming away with the ball. It's scrappy, but Howarth turns. Here's Hobson. Hobson coming in on the right-hand side. Inside to Cantrell. And back to the right back here. Adam Lund will play it back to his goalkeeper after good pressure from the Park Avenue boys. Willis searching forward once more. Denton seemed to be all over the Bradford Park Avenue man, and the foul has been given, I believe. Either that or the ball did touch the referee there, so it may be an indirect free kick, I believe. Sykes Kenworthy will come out slowly to take them. Again, Park Avenue must be happy with the start. An early goal from Will Longbottom in the 3rd minute, and some steady possession at the back for them, although Alfreton seemed to be growing further into the game. They came close with a shot from Cisse moments ago, as the ball comes forward from Sykes Kenworthy, which is headed out for a throw-in by Branson. It will be Rhys Staunton, of course, to take the throw-in on the left side, about halfway into the Alfreton half. He throws it long into the box, looking for Richmond, I believe. The ball goes over into the box and straight down the neck of Willis, who catches it comfortably. Around 19 minutes into the game so far. Willis holds the ball, rolls it out to his centre-back, and the ball will fall to Lund at the Bradford Park Avenue back. He turns, ponders where he'll play it, plays it back inside to Lancaster, who plays it back out wide, and the ball ends up at Sykes Kenworthy's feet once more. He take a touch outside his box and hoofs it down the right wing, where it shall be received by Peter Dale. And it'll go out for an Alfreton Town throw-in over on the far wing. Just inside their own half, about 15 yards. Adam Lund to take. Although he will need to climb into the stand himself to reclaim the ball. I'm sure he'll have a few nice conversations with the Park Avenue fans. And he's back on the field. The ball is thrown back into play. It's an impressive throw-in, I must say, from Adam Lund. Oh, and there's a free kick in the middle of the park. Calls from Alfreton. They're not happy with it. The referee will pull Labastide over. Longbottom appealing his case. But I don't believe the referee is having any of it. I think it'll just be a talking to. As Branson stands over the ball around 30-35 yards out here. It's a rather central position, but I'm sure they may have a shot here. 3 men stood over the ball. Number 7, number 3 and number 5. 7 Southwell, 3 Teal and 5 Captain Branson. As Connor Teal steps away from it, as well as Southwell, it will be Branson, who looks like he will eye up a shot as the referee marks out 10 yards for a 3-man wall of Park Avenue. Cites Kenworthy bellowing instructions to his defence. Connor Branson, the referee, blows. Branson with a shot over the bar. That one doesn't trouble Cites Kenworthy. Park Avenue will be happy with that result. But more pressure comes from Alfreton as they seek an equaliser and potentially a winner, as there is 70 minutes still to play. There'll be a short break in play as the referee goes to speak to Rhys Staunton, who seems not particularly happy. And the referee will call the captains together here. Something's happened that perhaps I have not seen. And by the looks of it, the majority of the players, members on the bench and supporters in the stadium and people alongside me in the press box have little idea what's going on. But there is a break in play here, about 22, 23 minutes in. Longbottom will come over to the touchline, try and receive some instructions and some well-needed H2O, deserved, after his 3rd-minute goal. 1-0 Park Avenue. Both captains have been spoken to, and the referee comes over, speaks to his linesman, which is Matt Archibald, here on this near side. Alfreton coach Billy Heath can't quite seem to understand what's going on, as the referee's still deep in conversation here. A few of the Alfreton squad seem to come over to their bench now. The referee talks to Heath. I believe explains what goes on. I'm not too sure what's happened there. I'll try and find out that information for you at half-time. But a 2-minute stoppage has now concluded as Cites Kenworthy plays the ball back all the way up into the Alfreton half. And it'll be a Park Avenue throw-in on the left-hand side. Rhys Staunton obviously to take, will it? Labastide looking to take a quick one, but it doesn't come off as Staunton collects the ball. He plays it to fielding. Staunton once more. Alfreton throw-in. Both sets of managers bellowing instructions onto the field. As the ball goes forward for Alfreton. Ooh, and a flick on there from Southwell. Nearly found the feet of Bailey Hobson, who was making a charging run in behind. But the ball always seems to end up back at the feet of Willis, who left himself a lot to do with a poor first touch that bobbled slightly. And he hoofs the ball into the crowd. Throwing for Park Avenue about halfway into the Alfreton half. Staunton with the throw. The ball comes into play, looking for Longbottom, who nods it back to Staunton, but he will not be able to keep the ball in play. Alfreton collect midway into their own half on the right side. 25 minutes in here, 1-0 Bradford Park Avenue. Throwing down the line, looking for Tom Denton. Yes, he went up for a header, but the ball struck his arm and the referee gave it. Billy Heath asking, how can that be handball? From my angle, it hit his arm, but I'm not too sure. Number 10. Sam Fielding looks for a ball forward, looking for Labastide, but Willis is wise to it. He collects the ball at the edge of his area. Bounces once, bounces twice. And plays the ball forward. Longbottom stood just in front of him. And it's a poor kick from Willis. He'll be disappointed with that. But Cisse does terrifically well. Oh, no, he doesn't. Cisse looked like keep the ball in play on the far side. But the linesman unfortunately told him that he did not. Park Avenue throw-in on around halfway line. I think they stole a bit of room there. Header is won by Park Avenue, but Alfreton pick up the scraps. Ball forward to Denton, but he can't quite reach it. Oh, and the ball goes on from Park Avenue. Labastide seems to foul Josh Claxton, he puts a ball into the box. Alfreton aren't happy. The ball comes in, it's cleared. Scrappy here. Willis comes to claim the ball, but he doesn't get anywhere near it, and the ball is finally cleared by Connor Branson, but there is a foul in the box by Le Bastide, much to the jeers of the Alfreton fans, who felt like there was potentially a couple of fouls in the build-up to that attack. Billy Heath, clearly an unhappy man. I wouldn't want to be the linesman on this near side. As Willis will take the free kick around 5 yards out of his area. He raises one arm, flashes his right boot at what's a rather flat ball, which is won as a flick on by Dale Southwell on the right-hand side. But the ball just trickles on through to number 1, George Sykes Kenworthy, who wastes a little bit of time. Tries to commit Bailey Hobson forward and picks it up, looking for a quick restart. He can't, but he'll pick it up, then put the ball back on the deck, looking forward. He'll play a ball forward to Le Bastide, who can't quite keep hold of the ball. Alfreton clear, and the ball will land at the feet of Luca Haven, who plays it back to his keeper, George Sykes Kenworthy, with a rushed clearance. He puts the ball far, far out of the field. I believe that may have gone over my head in the pavilion here. Not the desired clearance. Number 8 for Alfreton, Adam Lund, with the long throw. He will throw it into the box, but the referee tells him, drop it back 5-10 yards. Billy Heath really getting on the referee's case here. Ball into the box, and it's a terrific throw in, I must say. Is there potential afters there? No, Sykes Kenworthy claims the ball and eases the Alfreton attack. In the 29th minute here, Sykes Kenworthy puts the ball on the deck for Park Avenue. And once more, looks for Le Bastide, but he will not find it. It meets the head of Connor Branson, the captain of Alfreton Town today. Appeals for pushes in the back on a Bradford Park Avenue player, but it won't matter as the ball goes to Josh Claxton on the right-hand side in his own half, and he slices the ball out of play for a Park Avenue throw-in. Still 1-0 here to Park Avenue. A Will Longbottom goal in the 3rd minute after a save from George Willis landed at his feet, which just left him nothing to do but put the ball in the net from 3 yards. Reece Staunton will look to take the throw, but the referee tells him no further than there, Reece. He plays the ball inside to Richmond. And Le Bastide receives the ball now. He looks for Staunton, but Staunton goes down. Staunton going down, holding his left shin here. I'm not sure there was too much in that, but he looks to be feeling it. The ball comes forward from Alfreton. Denton wins a big header down to Southwell. Southwell on the right-hand side plays an outside of the football over the top to Bailey Hobson. Hobson chasing, but Dunstan's smart to it. He plays the ball out, and the ball goes forward from Park Avenue. Will Longbottom chasing. Now, Reece Staunton, he did get up moments ago, but he's just gone down. I think he will have to receive some treatment here, as we'll have another short break in the 30th minute, as Reece Staunton, the left-back, will receive some treatment. I can hear a loud scream from the crowd as today's raffle has been announced, as we've got a small break in play here. A good day all round for the Park Avenue fans so far. A raffle winner and a lead here against 4th in the table. Well, a win, if it stayed as it is here, Bradford Park Avenue would leap Leamington into 22nd place, just 1 point behind Blythe Spartans and 3 behind Kettering. It means that mathematically they are still able to stay up, although perhaps it may not be in their hands. But nonetheless, a terrific result this would be for Park Avenue if they can see it through. But a long evening ahead, Alfreton growing further into the game. 60 minutes still to play. And he is back on his feet, is Reece Staunton, as the referee, Dane McCarrick, looks to restart play. And there's sort of a fake little run-up from Lucas Dunstan. but he throws the ball in this time. Longbottom tries to play the ball inside. He looked as if he was being held, but not enough to give a free kick there. As Branson plays the ball forward. And it is met by a thunderous clearance from Mitch Lund, who smashes the ball out of the stadium, behind the stand and onto the playing field, behind the main stand here at the Horsfall Stadium. Like Wimbledon, new balls are required here. And it'll be another long throw-in from Lund, who launches the ball into the box. A terrific throw-in. Must travel 40, 45, 50 yards in the air to really get some distance on it. But it is cleared this time. Oh, and now that one. Now the Bradford Park Avenue bench are not happy as the ball is cleared from the Park Avenue box down onto the left-hand side. And number 4, George Cantrell from Alfreton Town, comes flying across. And now it was nothing more than a shoulder-to-shoulder. But the Bradford Park Avenue player has gone absolutely flying. He's absolutely clattered into his own bench, making a real racket. Park Avenue fans, coaches and players all aren't happy. Connor Branson will leave it from Alfreton Town. He will head into the box as Alfreton look to capitalise from the throw. And the referee speaks to Bradford Park Avenue manager Mark Bauer, tells him that there's nothing in that, although I must say that one did look like it would hurt. Claxton takes the throw in short to Southwell, who holds the ball up back to goal, back to Claxton on the right side. And the ball's cleared by Lancaster. And it will go out for an Alfreton throw-in around 10 yards into their own half on the right side, with Claxton stood next to his manager. And Claxton's throw-in is rather impressive as well. Perhaps not the distance of Adam Lund, but he has also definitely got an impressive throw-in, but he hasn't got a good touch there. The ball falls to him just inside the Park Avenue half, and his touch runs out of play. He'll be disappointed with that one. There seems to be chances here for Alfreton if they take them, but at the moment some sloppy mistakes seem to be holding them back. When the ball gets on the floor, they potentially are the better side, but they just can't quite seem to make it work going forward. As Staunton, recovered fully now, throws the ball into play. Longbottom seems to give a piggyback of some sorts, but the referee doesn't give a foul. Labastide comes down with the ball and plays it into Longbottom. Sam Fielding is caught with the ball in the middle of the park, but it will come out wide to Mitch Lund. Obviously, Lund's on either side today. And the referee has given a free kick in the middle of the park. Even though the ball was at goalkeeper George Sykes-Kenworthy's feet for Park Avenue, whether it was perhaps dissent or even a kick out, he seems to be talking to two players here. Perhaps a little bit of afters in the middle, as a green Union Jack flies in the stand here at Horsfall Stadium. 1-0 Bradford Park Avenue here in the 35th minute. Will Longbottom, it was a terrific goal, and I must say that he has been the brightest spark going forward for Park Avenue here. Labastide also joining him out on the left. Oh my! Oh my! What a goal for Bradford Park Avenue! It's got everyone out. Number 10, Sam Fielding has scored from the halfway line. There was a stoppage in play. Everyone seemed to take their eye off it. And he struck the ball hard and flat. And it's absolutely flown over the goalkeeper, George Willis. Gone into the goal without bouncing. And Park Avenue have a 2-0 lead. Well, 56? Yeah, 50. 50 yards out there. What a free kick that is. And the Park Avenue fans making some real noise as we are back underway here. What a finish that was. Fielding scoring in the 36th minute. I must say, it caught everybody off guard. Willis will be disappointed with that. Alfreton will be disappointed with that. 36 minutes played here. It's 2-0 Bradford Park Avenue. What would be a terrific result for them. Looking to maybe, just maybe, scrap their way to survival. The ball's thrown into the box by Lund for Alfreton. It bounces around. Bailey Hobson will try and put a ball in, but it's cleared by Park Avenue. Longbottom receives the ball up there. He plays it back inside, and it is once more hoofed forward by Luca Haven. Connor Branson will nod it back to his keeper with nervous ways chanted at the goalkeeper for Park Avenue. Willis will hoof the ball forward looking for Denton, who wins the first. He wins the second, but he's complaining of a perhaps collision in the air. The ball still bouncing around in the Park Avenue half. Labastide flicks it. Longbottom plays it into the half. Labastide charging forward. Labastide will get there down the left side for Park Avenue in what has been a crazy half going forward for them. Labastide will play it out wide, who then plays it back to Sam Fielding, who obviously just scored one of the best goals of the season for Park Avenue. Really want to remember. The ball will go back to Sykes Kenworthy, who hoofs the ball up. Now, I think that ball will have snow on it when it comes down. It went that high. Labastide battling. But the ball will go out for an Alfreton Town throw in on the right-hand side with Josh Claxton to take. I'm sure he'll look for number 9, Tom Denton, which of course he will. Pull on the shirt of Tom Denton from Captain Luca Haven, not seen by the referee or his assistant. But Alfreton will keep the ball here, going back to captain Connor Branson, who has to go back to his keeper. Now, that has been the story of the first half here, with Willis playing that ball from right to left. But the ball is headed back into the Alfreton half, with Peter Durl, the centre-half, playing it back to George Willis in goal. He'll play the ball forward, and the big man, Tom Denton, wins it. But once more, Park Avenue hoof clear, defending really resolutely here, really solid from the two centre-halves. Alfreton with the ball in their own half. The ball forward, looking for Southwell, who receives it with his back to goal around 40 yards out. He plays it back to Peter Durl, who goes out wide. Cisse will be there, who then plays it back to his fullback. A long ball forward from the left-sided fullback will nicely fall to George Sykes Kenworthy, who in his purple jersey will receive and roll the ball out to Mitch Lund of Park Avenue, who plays it back to Sykes Kenworthy. A little bit of pressing from Alfreton makes Sykes Kenworthy move perhaps a little bit quicker than what was comfortable. But the ball goes down the right wing for Park Avenue. Oh, and there's a mistake there potentially. Oh, wow. And the ball has to leave the stadium once more from Willis. He was put under real pressure there, real pressure from Peter Durl, who played a sloppy back pass with 3 Park Avenue players tearing down on the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper could do nothing but hoof the ball out of the stadium once more. Must say, Longbottom's caused real problems in behind that Alfreton defence today. Centre-halves can't quite seem to track his movement, as there'll be around 5 minutes of regular time left in the first half. The ball is in play. Tidy little flick from number 7, Hopper. Oh, wow. And the ball comes to the edge of the box where Sam Fielding plays a lovely first-time effort with the inside of his right foot. And it tests the keeper with a strong left-handed save out for a corner ball, Longbottom to take. Really sustained pressure here from Park Avenue. Look to finish off the game potentially with a third. Longbottom with the ball in. And he's gone into the goal. Longbottom scored from a corner. I cannot believe it. 3-0 Bradford, Park Avenue. And now this is a special day here at the Horsefall. We've even got a drum going here at Park Avenue. The sun might have gone down, but it's a bright day here at the Horsefall. 3-0 Bradford, Park Avenue as Alfreton struggle. And a group of young Park Avenue fans come round with the drum, chanting Mark Bowers' Barmy Army. I'm sure the fans and Mark himself will be delighted with the first half performance. 3-0 here in the 40th minute to Park Avenue. As we're back underway, Branson rushed here by Lebastide, and he'll just put the ball straight out of play. Really nervy times for Alfreton, who just can't quite seem to get going. They had a promising period of around 10 to 15 minutes where they were definitely the better side, but couldn't quite seem to make it count. And when you look at the scoreline now, is the game as good as over? As the ball is bouncing around on the right-hand side, it'll be Alfreton who picked the ball up, looking for Cisse on the left, who flicks it inside to Denton with a nice ball back out to Cisse, who looks to cut inside. He'll play the ball to number 4, George Cantrell, who's deemed offside. No, the referee will pull it back for a free kick on Cisse, who was just tripped up after playing that ball in behind there. Now 3-0 at the moment with 3 minutes left in the half. An Alfreton goal here would certainly make it interesting. But it's whether they can create. It'll be number 7, Dale Southwell, to put the ball in with his right foot. Cisse hanging around at the back stick, number 10. He plays the ball in. Denton with a big header, and it goes over the bar. A couple chances in this half for Alfreton to really have a think about. A header here from Denton. There's been a few corners that have perhaps tested George Sykes-Kenworthy with a couple of big players in the Alfreton side. And of course, what was quite an incredible block from a Park Avenue defender from Cisse's shot from around 7 yards out. The score remains 3-0. I think the referee just telling Sykes-Kenworthy perhaps just to speed it up a little bit as he's placing the ball just to perfection on the edge of his 6-yard box there. He takes his time and plays the ball forward. Looking for Longbottom up there, who wins the header but doesn't land the ball at Park Avenue feet. But nonetheless, Alfreton will hoof the ball forward. And it'll be Sykes-Kenworthy, who looked like he perhaps could have waited for the ball to enter his box, although Tom Denton was bearing down on him. He'll hoof the ball forward to Lebastide, who is deemed offside. 1 minute left of regular play here in the first half. Promising from Lebastide here on the left-hand side. Obviously scored his first goal of the season on the 7th of this month in a 2-0 victory at home to Southport. Will he get a second in what seems to be a free-scoring Bradford Park Avenue side here tonight? As Longbottom plays a terrific flick-on header to number 8, Simon Richmond, who drives into the Alfreton half, but he turns around, plays the ball back inside to Lancaster, and the ball will end up back at Mitch Lund feet, who will switch over to his centre-half partner, Luca Haven, who goes back into Lancaster. I must say, I feel like Lancaster's played that role particularly well today, just in front of the centre-halves. Him, alongside his centre-halves, have had plenty of the ball, rather composed, and been able to get through that first line of Alfreton pressure. The ball now back at Sykes-Kenworthy's feet, who plays it out to his centre-half, Mitch Lund. Plays the ball down the side, number 8, Simon Richmond will win it. And the ball will go out for a Park Avenue throw-in around 10 to 15 yards into the Alfreton half. Three minutes signalled here for added time. Now there's some real noise and a bit of a buzz going round the Horsfall Stadium now, as Sykes-Kenworthy pumps the ball forward once more. Looking for Richmond, who can't quite win the ball, but it'll come to Oddenston potentially. No, he won't get there, but it will go out for a Park Avenue throw-in. That's taken quickly into Will Longbottom's feet, and Oddenston will run. He'll run inside down the right wing. And number 4, Lancaster, will receive the ball and play it further into his own half. Fielding, he'll spray the ball outside to Rhys Staunton, and he beat his man rather easily there with a simple turn inside into Will Longbottom, who plays it out. Lebastide here on the left-hand side, ball across into the box. It'll come to Longbottom. Is there a penalty there? Referee says no. Referee says no, and I must say, I do agree with him there. There was a tangle of legs from both sets of players. But it sure will be a controversial decision. It definitely would have more impetus if the score was still level. But nonetheless, the referee decides not enough there to warrant a Park Avenue penalty. As there is around a minute and a half still of injury time in this first half, Willis will play the ball forwards. Big Tom Denton will challenge young Lancaster. Oh, and Labastide, silky on the left side. Oh, it's absolutely fantastic from the young lad, who beats 3 men with just 3 simple touches. Once over the head, another one over the head, and another nice little turn back inside. As the ball goes out to Park Avenue's right-hand side. There's a foul there. Ooh, maybe a little bit of a soft one, but a foul nonetheless. As number 7, Harrison Hopper, goes down. Hopper, of course, the scorer in Park Avenue's 1-0 win against Banbury just a week ago. Calls of shoot come from the Park Avenue fans as the ball sits around 45, 50 yards out. Maybe 15 yards, 20 yards inside the Alfreton half, far on the right-hand side as Longbottom runs over. Fielding puts the ball into the back stick and it's claimed by Willis. Will that be the last action we get of this half? Chance of he's got the ball from the Park Avenue fans towards Alfreton Town's goalkeeper Willis. I feel like that was slightly unfair. I mean, everybody in the stadium was caught out. Perhaps he could have been a little bit more aware. But goalkeepers are taught to have positive starting positions. But he was caught out by an excellent free kick from Sam Fielding. The half-time whistle comes from Dave McCarrick, and that is 3-0 to Bradford Park Avenue here at half-time at home to Alfreton Town. Second half to come shortly. And we are back live here at the Horsefall Stadium. Bradford Park Avenue leading 3-0 against fourth in the table, Alfreton Town. Park Avenue fighting to keep their season alive here. Just wondering if there will be some changes for Alfreton Town. There will be. Number 16, Dominic Smith, will enter the field, I believe. Sorry. Number 16, Dominic Smith, will enter the field for number 6, Peter Dale. Park Avenue leading to 3 goals in the first half, 1 from Longbottom in the 3rd minute, an incredible halfway line free kick effort from Sam Fielding in the 36th, and Longbottom getting his 2nd of the day in the 40th. Park Avenue, like I said, looking to keep their hopes of survival alive tonight with what is going to be an incredible result if it's pulled off. And we're underway here for the second half as Branson hoofs the ball forward down the left-hand side, and it'll roll out for a goal kick. Sykes Kenworthy leisurely puts his ball down on the box, waves his players forward. No short ball needed here. And he plays the ball downfield looking for Longbottom. But the ball's cleared by the captain of Alfreton, out wide to Southwell, who plays it back into his right back, Claxton, who goes forward, but the ball goes out. Park Avenue throwing, just inside their own half. Park Avenue shooting left to right in this half, still in their traditional green and white kit, with Alfreton obviously right to left in their navy blue with pink trim. The ball comes into play on the left side, Park Avenue. An academy product, Labastide, brings it down, but he can't quite keep control of the ball as number 6, Mitch Lund, clears for Park Avenue. The ball falls to Longbottom's feet outside the area, who tries to turn Branson, but he can't. I know it's not Branson, I do apologise, it's Dominic Smith, the new substitute. Longbottom could not get around him after pressure from the substitute Smith, and Alfreton have the ball, charging into the half. Number 11, Bailey Hobson, tried to play the ball from the halfway line in behind the Park Avenue defence to a running Yusufa Suise, but he's brought down on halfway and the referee blows up for a free kick. Alfreton's goalkeeper, George Willis, will take it just inside his own half. He strokes the ball over to the right-hand side, looking for Denton, but it won't be met by Denton, it'll be met by Davis. The ball bouncing around. Connor Teal wins a header, but it comes to Longbottom, and Longbottom plays the ball back towards his centre-half, Mitch Lund. And he's brought down with what's a nasty tackle. Not too much in it, but yeah, I'm sure it'll have hurt. Been in the wars a little bit today, Longbottom, but he's definitely got his rewards from it, with 2 goals as it stands. It'll be George Sykes Kenworthy to take the ball halfway in his own half and play it downfield, searching for number 8, Simon Richmond, who gets up for the first ball. But Cisse claims it for Alfreton, who on the turn can't find anybody but Park Avenue's Lancaster in the middle of the park, who plays it over the top for Longbottom, chasing, does very well against the substitute Davis and wins the ball. It will be a throw-in to Park Avenue here down on the right-hand side. Number 2, Lucas Dunstan, to put the ball into the box. He takes his time, he throws it short to Richmond. Richmond Hopper, Richmond looking for a ball into the box. Longbottom's there, Longbottom's flagged for offside after he played a tidy little pass to a Dunstan inside, who would have no doubt been in for a shot there, but Longbottom was in an illegal position. Willis readjusts the ball. 3-0 Park Avenue here. Alfreton will definitely look to score early if they are to get anything from today's game. As Willis hoofs it downfield. It's a strong header from the Park Avenue midfielder into Longbottom. It holds off. Ooh, he's played it well. He's being pressured from behind by substitute Dominic Smith. And Smith seems to impede him as he goes down. Referee blows for a free kick 5 yards into the Park Avenue half. It'll be Lancaster to drive one forward. No, it won't. So I do apologise. It'll be Sam Fielding who plays the ball across, looking for Labastide. And now Lancaster will head the ball in the middle of the park. But it won't go anywhere. Alfreton will pick up the ball and try and break forward. Number 11, Bailey Hobson, does a lot of running there from his own half all the way to press the keeper at the other end of the field, George Sykes Kenworthy. The ball's cleared into the Alfreton half, and Alfreton have a throw-in. It will be right back Josh Claxton. Around 5 minutes into the half here, he throws the ball down the wing. Tom Denton doesn't win the first, but the seconds will fall to Dale Southwell on the right wing, who does well. Still fighting down there, still fighting. But the linesman deems it a fair challenge as the ball will roll inside to centre-half Luca Havern of Park Avenue, who plays the ball forward to Longbottom, who once more wins a free kick on the halfway line. A really, really great day for him. Number 4 for Alfreton, George Cantrell, protests the referee's decision, but I'm sure it won't change his mind now. Park Avenue with the free kick on halfway. Now, Lucas Dunston's got a lot of room out on the right-hand side here, and he'll try and play it out to him, but Cisse is smart, and he'll drop back in and nod the ball out for a Park Avenue throw-in halfway into the Alfreton half. Dunston with the ball in hand, looking for Longbottom, who does well, but potentially a pull on the shirt of Hopper. But nothing is given. The ball's bouncing. Cisse looks to bring it under control if he can. And he does. He plays it back to number 3, Connor Teal, who hoofs the ball forward to big Tom Denton. Wins the first ball, but the ball drops to a Park Avenue feet. It's a lovely, tidy little turn from Simon Richmond, who plays the ball inside to Sam Fielding, who then goes left out to Academy product Labastide, who cuts back inside. Can he beat his man? No, the ball's cleared. Only as far as the Park Avenue captain, who plays the ball forward to Lancaster, who gives it an effort. And that'll be no trouble for the Alfreton goalkeeper, George Willard, who has already been beaten once, long range in this game. A 50-yard strike from Sam Fielding. But he won't be caught out this time as the ball bounces comfortably in front of him, and he will collect. Willis plays the ball forward. Denton and Cantrell both go up for it, but the ball will land back at Davis, who plays a bit of a sceptical ball back to his goalkeeper. Put his goalkeeper under some pressure there as Longbottom was chasing down. The ball will land into Park Avenue half. Lancaster hoofs the ball forward, but Longbottom's in an offside position. He won't bother with that one. Oh, now I'm not too sure, but it's definitely a foul. It's definitely a foul. It could be deemed an elbow, but I tell you who's definitely not happy about that decision is Alfreton town manager Billy Heath. He's barking at the referee. It just seems to be on the turn there. Captain Luca Havern for Park Avenue caught a stray elbow. No malice in it. Not too much force either, but he goes down under the contact and a foul's given. It'll be Sykes Kenworthy to take. Around 7-8 minutes into the second period here. Will Park Avenue be able to build on their 3-0 lead after what was an incredible half for the Green Army? Sykes Kenworthy plays a 1-2 with the centre half and plays a ball down the line in behind, looking for Hopper. Harrison Hopper with some dancing feet, and substitute Dominic Smith will come in with a challenge that puts it out of play in the corner. It will still be a throw-in, however, as Lucas Dunston comes forward to take it. He'll take his time, finds number 7, Harrison Hopper, with a nice little tidy piece of play. Tries a little flick round the corner to his counterpart, Richmond. But Richmond can't quite win the ball there, and he's poked it out for an Alfreton Town throw. 9 minutes into the half. Alfreton really need to get a move on if they're going to get something here. But they just can't quite seem to get something. And that... Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Billy Heath is not happy. He's not happy. He's got his arms out to either side. I'm not sure I'm allowed to repeat what he's just said to the referee there. But Park Avenue have won a free kick after what seemed like a fairly innocent challenge for the ball from Tom Denton. But the referee's given it nonetheless. He pulls Tom Denton over for a chat. Seems a little harsh, that one. And the words from the referee towards Billy Heath are, "You need to relax, thank you." Let's see if he takes that advice. I'm going to go with no, as we're around 10 minutes into the second half. Park Avenue put the ball forward, but it's cleared. Cisse on the left, in his own half. Nice little skill move to run away from his man. He breaks away from Oddenston, but has to turn back and play it to captain Branson, who plays it out wide. Southwell receives the ball just on halfway with his back to goal. And he's put under pressure by two Park Avenue men. Le Bastide will come away with the ball. Perhaps feels like he was impeded, but the referee does not think so. Alfreton come away with the ball. Try and play it down the line. It's deflected. Out for an Alfreton ball. The ball yet to come into play. It's a long throw-in from the Alfreton man on the right-hand side, as they have the ball right on the edge of the right-hand side of the box. The ball comes to number 3, who is Connor Teal with a right-footed effort. Around 30 yards out. It doesn't trouble any of the defenders nor the keepers. It trickles around 5 yards wide of his left post. It'll be Sykes Kenworthy, again, who takes his time with the goal kick. He has two options either side of him, both centre halves, Captain Havern and Mitch Lund. But he waves them forward. No interest of playing short here. And Sykes Kenworthy plays the ball forward. 3-0 Park Avenue here against Alfreton Town. In what's 23rd versus 4th, or as it stands, 22nd versus 4th, with a result here for Park Avenue going their way. Park Avenue with the ball in their half, as Mitch Lund looks to play the ball forward to Longbottom, but it's intercepted by number 8 for Alfreton Town, Adam Lund, the man with the incredible throw-in. There's a little bit of pulling in the middle of the park on number 11, Bailey Hobson, as foul is given. And perhaps Alfreton will look to put the ball into the box here, with a few big figures looming over at the back stick. Both centre halves, Connor Branson and substitute Dominic Smith, who came on at the half, alongside number 9, Tom Denton at the back. Number 7, Dale Southwell, will float a ball in with his right. It's more of a whip to Denton, who's given offside. It was a header off the nose of Denton. I believe it came right off the face. But the linesman on the opposite side, Matthew Langdon, deems it to be offside. And it'll be Sykes Kenworthy who will get us back underway in a moment, as the Park Avenue subs are sent down the sideline to get warm. Sykes Kenworthy plays it to Mitch Lund, who does well with the ball, nice and composed, who plays it in to Will Lancaster. Back to Sykes Kenworthy, who has to go along due to pressure from the Alfreton front line. That goes comfortably back to Davis, who nods it forward. Longbottom tries to win the second ball, but it's won well by Captain Branson of Alfreton. Ball bouncing around. It'll come to Longbottom, who floats the ball in over the top in behind for Hopper. Harrison Hopper battling, does well, keeps the ball in. It's a good battle. Foul given, however. I think he just had a bit too much of the shirt of Connor Teal there, of Alfreton Town. And it'll be goalkeeper George Willis to take the free kick from just in the left corner of his own half. He plays the ball forward to Tom Denton, who wins the header unchallenged. Flicking on, but it'll fall back to Park Avenue. Their centre-half, Mitch Lund, will play the ball forward As Longbottom tries to pressure, and he gets a sly shoulder from Dominic Smith. Bit of contact. I think Longbottom felt it. I'm not sure what he said to Smith as he turned around, but Longbottom's just gone down on his haunches. Definitely feeling the impact of that as the ball is hoofed forward from Willis. Looking for Denton. Davis wins another header. He's had a good start to the second half here in the air. Denton wins a ball 5 yards out of the Park Avenue area. And another one. Cisse will receive the ball on the left, just outside the area. Dancing feet, plays it on the right, back to number 3, Connor Teal, who put a ball into the box, looking for Denton, but it won't quite reach there as it's cleared away at the front stick. And number 8, Adam Lund, will float the ball over, trying to search for an Alfreton striker, but it'll land comfortably. For Sykes Kenworthy to chest down. And he teases Tom Denton, leaving the ball at his feet, waiting for Denton to get right eye to eye with him before he picks the ball up and waves his players forward. He'll play the ball further into the half of Alfreton. Around 14-15 minutes gone here as Longbottom claims the ball in the middle of the park and plays it back towards Lancaster. Park Avenue with the ball in their own half under Captain Haven's control. He goes out to Rhys Staunton, the left back. Back to Staunton, who goes back to Sykes Kenworthy. And there's little pressure here on Sykes Kenworthy. He's got an option right out on his right-hand side to Mitch Lund. And back to Sykes Kenworthy, although he will be rushed here. Perhaps a little bit lazy from Mitch Lund, that ball. Took his eye off the ball, didn't look at his goalkeeper. But the ball goes forward from Sykes Kenworthy. Park Avenue will win it in the middle of the park, with Longbottom having a really good day. Lebastide floats it into the middle. Longbottom in! Oh! Nearly got his hat-trick there, but it's a smart save. Down quickly. Out onto the front of his 6-yard box. George Willis makes the save. It was a lovely bit of play from Longbottom, who picked the ball up in the middle of the park, played it out to the left-hand side. Lebastide, with some dancing feet, came back inside. Played the ball on the deck into the stride of Will Longbottom, who took a step inside the box, but the ball just got away from him. His toe poke came just as George Willis the on-rushing goalkeeper got there. But it will be a corner to Park Avenue nonetheless. Longbottom having a really good day, as I mentioned. The ball will come in from fielding and he'll be disappointed with that one. It's beaten absolutely everybody. Park Avenue and Alfreton. And we'll go out for a Alfreton goal kick on the far side, on the other side. Billy Heath trying to get his Alfreton team going here. Cisse and Tom Denton giving a real push on. I'm sure George Willis will look for one of those two off the goal kick. More than likely Denton, the 6'7" former Huddersfield Town Academy man. And he will flick it on to number 7 Dale Southwell, who does well to win the ball, but Park Avenue do well to battle for it back. And it's a bit scrappy, but the ball will land back at Park Avenue feet in half. And it'll fall to Dominic Smith, of the Alfreton centre half. But Longbottom does fantastic to battle back in. Gets in front of Dominic Smith, wins the ball back, plays it back to number 7, Harrison Hopper. But his searching ball down the line for Simon Richmond, his midfield counterpart, will run out of play. Connor Teal with a long throw up the field. Oh no, I beg your pardon, it was Adam Lund. I should have recognised that heave down the field from Mr. Lund, as he does it once more. Down the field, looking for Big Tom Denton, the number 9. But it's a smart defensive header from Hopper. Hopper will play the ball down the line to Longbottom. Longbottom is challenged by Branson, who wins the ball, lofts it forward, and it's a nice touch from Odunston in his own half with the outside of his right boot, who looks to turn his side. And has he done a little bit too much there? He's battled, but he's got challenged by 3 men. He got crowded out there, and the ball falls here to Alfreton. As it's Cisse going down the left-hand side. Can he produce a decent ball into the box? And no. No, he cannot. That sums up Alfreton's day here. Few chances, but when they have seemed to get forward, the ball often trickles back into control of number 1, George Sykes Kenworthy of Bradford Park Avenue. 18 minutes into the second half here. The ball goes forward from a Sykes Kenworthy kick. The header is won from Dominic Smith, but it goes back to the Park Avenue defence, who once more finds Sykes Kenworthy, who's heaved forward, finds the head of Branson. Of course, wearing the armband today, instead of informed striker Matty Reid for Alfreton Town. Perhaps they would not be having their scoring woes with him on the field today. However, I believe a hamstring injury keeps him out. That is, of course, why Connor Branson wears the armband today, as Reid seems to have worn, I do apologise, the armband for the majority of the season. Matty Lund heaves a ball once more with a throw-in into the Park Avenue half, but the ball just runs out for a Park Avenue throw-in after Tom Denton challenges for the win. Dunstan will get the ball, and he will throw it back to his goalkeeper, Sykes Kenworthy, who's not got the best touch, but he sets himself nicely onto his right foot for Davis to win the header, however, for Alfreton Town. Fielding hoofs the ball forward, the ball bouncing a lot here. And for the second time, I've just clocked Curtis Davis, giving a little bit of shoulder. Oh, a little bit of shoulder to number 7, Harrison Hopper. And Will Longbottom was not keen on that. He blindsided Dominic Smith there. Gave him a little bit of a shoulder back, and there was a little bit of argy-bargy, but not too much, as the ball now goes forward for Alfreton Town, who find themselves on the edge of the area. Cisse dancing once more out on this left-hand side, but the ball just runs away from him there. Is he trying to do too much, perhaps? But it's regained by number 8, the man with a big throw-in, Adam Lund. But he can't quite keep hold of the ball down in the right corner of the Park Avenue half. But Dominic Smith will lump it forward once more, and Lund will receive it for Alfreton Town. Connor Teal, the left-back, will play with Cisse down on this left wing, but the ball will go out for another Park Avenue throw-in. The 66th minute here, roughly. 3-0 Park Avenue after what was a tantalising first half. The ball goes down the line from a Dunstan throw-in. And it seemed to come off both their heads at the same time, but Park Avenue got the decision, much to the delight of Alfreton Town's manager Billy Heath once more. An ever-present vocal manager on the sideline. The ball goes forward from a Dunstan, but it's cleared from substitute Dominic Smith once more, who gets it once more with a header. And it's a game of head tennis in the middle of the park here. Both number 8s, Adam Lund and Simon Richmond, nod the ball to each other in what seems to be a game of head tennis. But Park Avenue will regain the ball. Fielding will play the ball out to Labastide, who cuts inside once more. Seems to be real dangerous when he does that. The ball is played in behind Park Avenue, but it cannot be kept in by number 7, Harrison Hopper. Labastide really looking to cause trouble over on that left side in this second half. He had a little bit of luck in the first, but he's getting some real space with the ball out on the left. Cuts inside and causes problems for the Alfreton defence. I believe it's Josh Claxton out on that side. But the ball goes forward from Willis once more, the Alfreton goalkeeper. It'll be cleared out by Park Avenue. And Alfreton will get a throw taken by Dominic Smith in his own half. That'll go back to George Willis, the goalkeeper. Willis will thump the ball forward, but Denton can't rise. He had a man sat on his back there, it seemed. But he'll regain the ball there with a header out from the centre halves, won by Denton. Number 4, George Cantrell, tries to play a ball in behind for Dale Southwell on the right-hand side, but that ball is read by the Park Avenue defence. And Cisse perhaps tries to be a little bit too clever with an outside foot flick on his right side. Oh! And he fouls Lucas Dunstan, one of the most blatant of the day. A clip of the ankles from behind. And Park Avenue will have a breather, it seems. 3-0 up. A rather comfortable game. Only potentially a couple of chances for Alfreton worth mentioning. A ball dropped around 7 yards out in the first half for Yusufa Cisse, number 10 for Alfreton. His shot flew over the bar after a fantastic block from the Bradford Park Avenue defence. And another was a free kick floated in from the left side, which big 6'7" striker Tom Denton nodded over the bar. Park Avenue still lead 3-0 after 3 good goals. And the ball goes out on the far side for an Alfreton Town throw-in, as this ball is mostly being played in a scrappy affair in the middle of the park. Just to go through the Park Avenue goals once more, much to the delight of the Alfreton boys with me here in the press box. 3rd minute, Will Longbottom put the ball in the back of the net after a good save from George Willis. He couldn't really miss, 3 yards out. After he's just caught offside, Will Longbottom coming back from an illegal position. And then in the 36th minute, a free kick from the halfway line caught everybody out, but most definitely the Alfreton goalkeeper, George Willis, as Sam Fielding, number 10, drove the ball into the back of the net. No bounces, rather satisfying, I must say. And in the 40th minute, Will Longbottom got his 2nd of the game, scoring directly from a corner on the right side, as Alfreton Town's goalkeeper Willis plays the ball forward. And it'll go up for an Alfreton throw-in. It will be Adam Lund with another long throw-in. No, it won't. He goes short to Claxton. Claxton puts the ball into the box himself. A large ball over to the back. Well collected by George Sykes Kenworthy, who goes down and gives the ball a good cuddle. 25 minutes into this half. 20 minutes to go of regular time, roughly. Of course, that will be all down to Dane McCarrick and his officials, how long we do go on for. The ball's played forward by Sykes Kenworthy, and it's gone out of play from Dominic Smith, Alfreton's half-time substitute, who of course replaced number 6 Peter Dirl. Throw in for Park Avenue, halfway into the Alfreton Town half. It will be a Dunstan here on the right side. Takes his time, looking for his options, goes over the top. Looking for a long bottom foul, but he trips up Dominic Smith. And Alfreton will have a foul just outside their area. Willis strikes the ball forward for Denton, who seems to be getting manhandled there, I must say. I'm not too sure how the referee or assistants haven't seen that one. But Alfreton will still go forward with Cisse here on the left side. And the ball will go out for a throw-in in the left corner. I'm sure they'll be looking for Adam Lund to put a ball into the box here, but no. Cisse takes it quickly to Lund, who goes back to Cisse. Cisse on his right foot, out on this left touchline. Tries to beat his man, runs inside, does beat 2 men actually. But a challenge is made by the Park Avenue man. He wins the ball, and it's deemed that Cisse's follow-through was illegal, and a Park Avenue free kick has been given inside their own area. (3-0) to Park Avenue still. Just to confirm with this result, Park Avenue will move into 22nd place. They will have a goal difference of -20 and move on to 46 points as long as the result stays as it is. 3-0. Sykes Kenworthy drives the ball downfield once more. He looks long for Hopper. Smith has a hold of his shirt, sorry. And Branson will regain the ball for the Alfreton defence, who plays it out to Teal, who has to play a ball forward rushed with his right foot. And Denton will chase it down, but the ball's just ushered out of play by number 1, George Sykes Kenworthy, in the goal. Sykes Kenworthy, of course, formerly with Bradford City, the counterpart here, the noisy neighbours. And I believe he also had time with Yorkshire Cricket Club, the Park Avenue goalkeeper, as he pumps the ball down the field once more. Won by Dominic Smith, who seems to have won everything since coming onto the field in the second half, but it's not quite been enough to get Alfreton back into the game. As the ball flies into the Park Avenue half, real high on the ball. Lancaster looks to play the ball forward after regaining it, though. Ooh, Longbottom tried to be sneaky with Dominic Smith, but Smith regains it nice and casually. But Willis plays the ball forward and a free kick is given. For handball, Willis's clearance was deflected by the arm of Will Longbottom. Again, Willis drives the ball from right to left. Denton with another flick on. The ball goes into the Park Avenue box, but it's cleared by Captain Haven. Dominic Smith has no option other than to hoof the ball out with his left foot. It'll go out for a Park Avenue throw-in on around halfway. And Lucas Dunstan once more will take throw-in. It's arm day for Lucas. He plays it into Richmond and gets the ball back. Pull on the shirt, given. And that will be a Park Avenue free kick, about 10 yards into the Alfreton half on this right-hand side, right by the touchline. It was Adam Lund that was deemed to have held the Dunstan back there after a tidy little 1-2 off the throw-in. But Dunstan threw the ball in and Richmond played it back first time. Dunstan seemed to travel into a bit of space, but was held back by Adam Lund. And it'll be Will Longbottom who looks to swing a ball in potentially here from the right side, just in front of the Park Avenue bench. He raises his right arm. Left-footed stroke towards the back stick. Doesn't go anywhere. Oh, and it comes out to number 3, Rhys Staunton, who hits it with some ferocity, but it does nothing more than smash an Alfreton defender in the chest as the ball will go out for an Alfreton throw-in after Park Avenue lose control of the ball. Perhaps 15 minutes left in this half. Park Avenue fans seem irate, as well as the Park Avenue bench, as Alfreton seem to steal 10 or 15 yards off that throw in there. But they'll go forward with the ball on the right-hand side in Park Avenue's half. And they play long ball once more, and that just really hasn't worked for them today. It comfortably goes back to Park Avenue's goalkeeper, Sites Kenworthy. And that seems to be the story of today's game. Both goalkeepers with a lot of time in possession of the ball. Sites Kenworthy with little trouble other than collecting a few crosses as he drives the ball forward, looking for Hopper. Dominic Smith, as wise as he's been all half, clears the ball. George Cantrell with a driving run in his own half, plays the ball into Tom Denton, who plays the ball back to number 8. Adam Lund, who stitches his left back Connor Teal up, gives him a nasty ball with a man right breathing down his neck. The ball will go out for a Park Avenue throw, 5 yards into the Alfreton half. Still 3-0 here, of course, at the Horsefall Stadium. Park Avenue leading to 3 first-half goals. As number 8, Simon Richmond plays the ball out to Labastide, who has potential to get inside the box here with a left-footed shot. And it's blocked, doesn't get anywhere, but Labastide will receive the ball once more on the left-hand side from Rhys Staunton, his left-sided partner. And the ball will go out for an Alfreton throw-in. Now, Labastide's protesting that as well as Mark Bauer, the manager. I'm not sure how Mark Bauer can see, as he's on the other side of the field, but he protests nonetheless. I'm sure Josh Claxton will still take the throw-in for Alfreton, despite the protest, as he does, looking for Denton down the line as he wins the throw-in. But there's a push in the back on the Bradford Park Avenue player. Park Avenue free kick. And Sites Kenworthy will receive the ball from behind his own goal and slowly amble halfway through his own half to take the free kick. Getting later in the game now, like I said, less than 15 minutes to go. We've only seen one substitute so far, which was left-sided centre-half for Alfreton, Peter Dale, being replaced by number 16, Dominic Smith. Smith has had a strong presence since coming on the field aerially and on the deck for the Alfreton defence, but that does no favours for the scoreline, as the ball will drop in the middle of the park for Park Avenue's Lancaster, who tries to flick the ball over his head, but it'll go out for a throw-in. And I believe we shall see some substitutes now. Yes, we shall. Number 12, Jake Ash. No, I do apologise. Number 12, Jordan Thewlis will be coming onto the field, replacing number 7, I believe, Dale Southwell. That is correct. Dale Southwell will be replaced by Jordan Thewlis. And a substitute for Park Avenue here, as number 17 and former Alfreton man Brad Doherty will enter the field, as youngster Masla Bastide comes off today after an impressive fixture. Bastide, who was given a pro contract, a 2-year deal, just in the past week or two. Really impressed tonight on that left side, I thought. But he will be replaced in the 75th minute here. Park Avenue take a throw in inside their own half, and the ball goes back to George Sykes Kenworthy, the goalkeeper. He plays it out to his right-sided centre-half, Mitch Lund, who drives forward but is pressed by Tom Denton, the non-league striking journeyman. Lund just turns back and plays the ball back to goalkeeper Sykes Kenworthy, who hoofs the ball forward to once more the head of Dominic Smith of Alfreton Town. And Cisse really showing his pace down the left side here. Gets the ball into the box, and it's blocked well by Lund. Cisse will reclaim the ball. Puts the ball with his right foot into the box. It bounces around off number 4, George Cantrell. It drops to number 12 here. Can he get a shot away? No. No, he cannot. The substitute, Jordan Thewlis. Appeals for a Park Avenue free kick. They're definitely not happy there, but it's not given. Throw in to Alfreton Town as they send the big boys into the box once more, with Adam Lund launching one into the box. The first flick on was won by Branson, but it's cleared from Park Avenue. However, the ball is yet to leave the area of attack. Referee's missed a handball there from number 3, Connor Teal of Alfreton. Almost caught it, did the lad. But it's gone out for an Alfreton throw-in. 10 minutes left here of regular time, roughly. Alfreton really must be disappointed with their little attack in this game. Haven't really come close to scoring, bar a couple of efforts that perhaps could have been called half chances in the first half. But it won't be a corner. It'll be another Adam Lund throw-in, which is arguably as effective. That comes into the box and it drops down on the floor, rolls around a little bit, but it's cleared, poked free by the Bradford Park Avenue defenders. Will Longbottom will run 30 yards, sprint onto the right-hand side to receive the ball, and he does, and plays it back to right-backer Dunstan, who hoofs the ball forward, looking for Harrison Hopper. Hopper cannot beat Connor Teal in the air, and Alfreton will regain the ball. They go forward, looking for number 11, Bailey Hobson. He does well to win the ball down with back to goal. His shirt was pulled, and the referee pulls it back for a free kick. There's a free kick around 40 yards out from goal. I don't think it's in a shooting position, but nonetheless, I'm sure Alfreton will want to build an effort from it. Looks like it'll be, yes, it will be. It'll be captain Connor Branson today that comes over to take the free kick. It's in a reasonably central to left position, around 40 yards out. Sykes Kenworthy on his toes on the edge of his 6-yard box. Branson lost one in. It's a flat ball, quite flat, and it won't beat the first man of the Bradford Park Avenue defence in the box. The ball comes back to Branson, who plays the ball into the box, but it's cleared from the onrushing Lucas Dunstan. Dunstan done really quite well at right back today, facing the rather tricky opponent of Yusufa Cisse. As it'll be an Alfreton Town throw-in just 10 yards into the Park Avenue half as there's 2 balls on the pitch. Connor Tier will roll the second one off, as I'm sure Adam Lund will look to put the ball into the box with a throw-in, as he does, looking for big Tom Denton, who doesn't get anything of it, but it's an effort from number 16 centre-half, Dominic Smith, who takes the ball on his chest quite nicely and swings his right foot round the ball. But the ball travels 4 or 5 yards over the crossbar, doesn't trouble the Park Avenue goalkeeper, who takes his time, having a drink in his goal and a quick natter with his defenders, before claiming the ball and putting it on the edge of his 6-yard box. Still 3-0 to Bradford Park Avenue here at the Horsefall. Park Avenue moving up to 22nd in the table from 23rd, with this result going their way, as long as this is what it finishes at full time. Free kick Free kick given for a dangerous challenge from Longbottom there. Stood showing, but nothing too much. I don't think he was anywhere near the man, but free kick given nonetheless, as goalkeeper George Willis comes out to take it. He's around 15 yards inside his own half. Perhaps a day to forget for Willis at the moment, after being beat from 50 yards. He plays the ball forward to Tom Denton, who I think he either wins the flick on or he flicks it onto a Park Avenue defender's head. Both Park Avenue and Alfreton Town appeal towards the referee and the linesman for the decision to go their way. The linesman seems to give the referee a look of confusion. I think the referee gave it back to him, but finally a corner was given to Alfreton Town, which will be taken by number 5, Connor Branson, the captain here. He puts a ball in from the right-hand side, claimed easily by George Sykes Kenworthy, the goalkeeper, who grabs it and falls to the deck. Again, the story of today. Both goalkeepers having much of the ball. Little trouble for Sykes Kenworthy in the Park Avenue goal. Seems to have just had to collect some crosses today, but a convincing performance nonetheless, as he plays the ball forward to number 17, Brad Doherty, the former Alfreton man, who plays the ball back to his left back, Rhys Staunton. Staunton goes forward, but the ball's won by Josh Claxton of Alfreton Town, who plays the ball forward, and when it goes into the Park Avenue half. Number 12, Jordan Thewlis, was travelling across the halfway line perfectly when a big thunderous challenge from number 8, Simon Richmond, came in. That will go out for a throw-in halfway into the Park Avenue half. Alfreton Town's Adam Lund once more to use his special long throw-in into the box once more. No, it'll come to left back Connor Teal, who'll float one in with his right foot, and that's the first time that Sykes Kenworthy won't collect today. He comes out, and I think he got one hand to the ball, but couldn't quite get round big Tom Denton. But the ball's cleared nonetheless by Park Avenue, and it ends all the way back up at the feet of number 1, George Willis, who plays the ball forward, looking for Denton. It's a great flick down. I must say, the big man has won a fair few headers today, but none of them quite seem to have gone Alfreton's way. Handball given in the middle of the park against number 8, Adam Lund of Alfreton Town. Park Avenue free kick. Getting close to that 90th minute now. Just a few minutes left of regular time here. 3-0 Park Avenue. 4th in the table, Alfreton will be disappointed with his performance, I'm sure. I've just been told that Alfreton have dropped down to 5th with this result, due to goal difference. Goal scored. Thank you. Free kick played forward by Park Avenue, and it is Richmond who goes up for a header, but he fouls the defender of Alfreton. Willis will take the free kick a couple of yards out of his box as the game really gets on here. Willis thumps one forward once more, and big Tom Denton wins once more. And surprise, surprise, it'll end back at the Park Avenue defender's feet, who'll hoof it long to second-half substitute Dominic Smith, who comfortably nods the ball back to George Willis in goal for Alfreton. Story of the game, Willis pumps the ball forward. A big right-footed kick from the goalkeeper in all grey this evening. I'm not quite sure if that's legal from Cisse, who seems to have dribbled the ball on his knees for about 5 seconds there. But he comes away with the ball, and the ball will come to Tom Denton on the left side of the box, who will cross the ball in to Cisse. Cisse floats one in, and a little bit of a nervy moment there for Sykes Kenworthy, the second in a row actually. He comes out to claim the ball, fumbles it a little bit as he goes down. He doesn't have the ball, but he quickly sprawls himself all over it. As we move into the 89th minute here, Sykes Kenworthy goes keeper to keeper as he plays the ball all the way down the field to his counterpart with the gloves on, George Willis. Willis will go forward. Can you guess who he's found? He's found number 9, Tom Denton. But Park Avenue regain the ball, and what is a fantastic run here. He's been brought down, has the substitute Brad Doherty, but he will find Longbottom, who's out on the right-hand side here, looking to cut in with his left foot. He goes back to find Lancaster on the edge of the box. Lancaster plays the ball back to Longbottom and back to Fielding, and it's time on the ball for Bradford Park Avenue, who work the ball back into their own half. Fielding will pick up the ball on halfway as he looks to play the ball in behind the left side, and what's a terrific ball. As long as he's onside, which he is, the ball's played over from Rhys Staunton, and it flicks the header away into Harrison Hopper, who'll regain the ball. He plays it to Simon Richmond, who plays it back down the right-hand side to Will Lancaster, who switches the ball in the middle of the park quickly over to Sam Fielding, who again goes in behind on the left-hand side to find Brad Doherty. His crossing is deflected, and it'll go out for a Bradford Park Avenue corner. I do apologise. No, it was a goal from one of them. Will Longbottom will go out and take the throw-in again, as I believe we must be in the 90th here. No signal from the fourth official, I don't believe. Do you see a signal? No, it is. No signal from the fourth official as a short corner has been taken from Longbottom to Doherty, who seems to take the mick a little bit and just pass the ball against the Alfreton defender, and it'll be a Park Avenue throw-in. Still yet to know how long has been added on here. The man with the electrical board in front of me, well, he seems to be as confused as I am because he's looking over at the referee, shrugging his shoulders. Hasn't yet got the signal. Yellow card given to the throw-in out there. I believe it's Brad Doherty for delaying play on the throw-in. But he receives the ball back, and once more, Bradford Park Avenue will receive a corner ball as they seem to just be sapping the life out of the game. Referee Dane McCarrick going over, letting the Park Avenue players know just to get on with it a little bit, as there is still a few minutes still to play here. Longbottom receives it short, plays the ball, appeals for handball against the defender, but the ball is pumped forward by Alfreton. Regained by the defence, a tidy turn from Brad Doherty, but he's tackled by George Cantrell. Cantrell will play the ball down the right wing, and it will just flow out of play, as we shall see a substitute for Park Avenue in added time here. Number 12, Zach Kersey, will enter the field for, I believe, number 11, Will Longbottom. Yes, that is correct. Number 12, Zach Kersey. Kersey or Kersey? Do apologise. Will be replacing Will Longbottom. Number 12, Kersey, for number 11, Longbottom. A day to remember for Longbottom here. He scored 2 goals on the 10th of April in a 2-2 draw away at Darlington. Again, 2 first-half goals, similar time period to what he scored in this game. But a goal in the 3rd minute for Longbottom, a tap-in at the back post after a smart save from the goalkeeper got him his first. And a goal from a right-sided corner with his left foot swinging the ball over to the back post. Directly from the corner, 2 goals for Longbottom in what has been an impressive performance from him today. I'm sure he'll sleep well. And that is the full-time whistle there. A massive 3 points for Park Avenue. As Dave McCarrick calls play. And the managers shake hands. What a result, what a performance for Park Avenue. That still leaves them within a shout of survival. With results going their way, they will play Fylde at the weekend. They are 3 points currently off 20th Kettering. Kettering sit on 49 points, with, of course, Park Avenue sitting on 46. Kettering's goal difference better by 1. Sat on -19, with Park Avenue's at -20 after today's 3-0 win here at the Horsefall Stadium. Not too sure what Alfreton can take from that game after what is a disappointing performance for them. They've dropped down into 5th, but will still look to get a playoff spot going into the postseason. And I believe that is all here from what has been a fantastic evening's football for Park Avenue. Goals from Longbottom and Fielding, 2 from Longbottom and 1 from Fielding, which was a terrific free kick from Fielding from around 50 yards, which caught goalkeeper George Willis out. Alfreton go over and applaud their supporters that have made, it'll be over a 100-mile trip by the time they get home. A long journey and a long Wednesday night for them. But celebrations for Park Avenue as they'll keep fighting. And that is all here at the Horsefall Stadium. I thank you very much for joining me. I have been Arthur Difford, and I shall see you again soon. 3-0 Park Avenue against Alfreton.